Oh, dang, here we are. New camera angle today. Excited to try this out. Less excited that it shows off more of my living room and how kind of gross it all looks right now, but don't worry about that. Mm-hmm. Vitor, Aaron, good to see you both. This is exciting. There's a third one. I have another one. This is awesome. Oh no, I lost one. That's okay. Okay, no problem. We got a few minutes yet. Okay. Oh gosh, I should have posted this on the Facebook page. But should have turned my ringer off. I'm streaming from my phone. I'm using my phone as a webcam right now, and it's like stuck up in the corner of the room. My phone might yell at us periodically. All right, it's just about that time. 5:30 on the dot. Good to see you all. Find yourself a little bit of space in your house. Take a sword, a dagger, a stick, or just your fists if you need beside you, and let's salute in. Arte, ardore, onore. All right. Hey Ben, what's up? My guy. So today in Longsword, we are talking a little bit about gioco stretto. Just like yesterday, we're also going to spend a little bit of time on some warm up and some conditioning. Follow along at home, such as you're able to. I don't have a whole lot of space. I've managed to carve out about a 10 by 6 area in here. So we're just gonna kind of cross our fingers and hope for the best. I'll set my sword down first. And let's get started. I'm going to get started the way I always do, by warming up my hips. Start with just leg swings. Nothing terribly aggressive. Ah, Jofi. Hello, good to see you. Ooh, yeah. Let's work on some outside crescents. Nice way to get really high crescents if you don't have flexible legs is to bend your knees while you do them. Ooh, yeah. And some inside crescents. And I got this big crosswise step going. I'm not going to worry about getting them super high because that's all my legs want to do right now. Oh no, Aaron. Oh geez. Boy, it would be a great time to be an East fan because it's like sunshine and glory outside right now. It's awesome. Spend a little bit more time on that. Good. Let's spend a little bit of time working some hip rotations. Let's go the other way. All right, and straighten up. Swinging my shoulders around my hips, activating my lower back a little bit. And the other way. Awesome. Do a little bit on my neck. Put this wonky autofocus. Roll the neck. All right. Let's get some shoulder rotations. That's lovely. And the other way. All right, let's do the full rotations. Scuffle my pants up a little. Oh, that's what's happening. My blasted ringer is going. Okay. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Screen's going to shake periodically if someone's got something interesting to tell me. Rookie mistake, Aaron. Rookie mistake. Let's go the other way. Oh. Awesome. Let's get rotations through the elbows. Let's go the other way. Ah, that's good. Keep my arms a little shake. I'm just going to do my wrists really quick. And the other way. All right, I'm gonna turn that ringer off in just a second. Come on now. Okay, I hope that. Okay, hope my camera's in the same spot again. All right, sweet. That's so much better. Not quite in the same spot. You can see more of the mess in my living room. Let's see. Let's do a couple exercises. Let's spend a little bit of time on just some really simple mobility exercises. Because yesterday we did some pretty standard exercises like squats, and push-ups, and such. Here's one that I am a fan of. I like just hanging out in a nice deep squat. I'm just kind of rocking from one hip to the other. Such as I'm able to, I keep my heels right on the ground. Cool. I'm going to reach one foot out beside me, shift over my foot, pull my right leg back in. Reach my right leg out, shift over to the right leg, pull my left back in. I'm going to try and keep my shoulders and my hips low. I'm trying not to let myself move in an arc. Just a nice straight line. Nice. That's the good stuff. Something else I'm fond of. I'll grab one of my shins. Just reach up above me. Gets me a nice rotation in my thoracic spine. At least according to my chiropractor. We'll do 10 of these. And then when I get to 10, I'm just going to hold it for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set my arm down. Then we go the other way. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Very good. Right about now, I'm starting to feel a fair bit in my shins. So I'm gonna place my hands on the ground, just even out that weight a little bit. Work on rocking forward, just loading some weight onto my shoulders. And if you want to challenge this, make it just a little more difficult. See if you can lift your toes up. If all you can do is get your toes just barely off the ground, do that. Now we're going to try and stay right in that teddy bear, kind of in that teddy bear crow stand for just a moment. I have my elbows to the inside of my knees. I don't have them on top. I'm going to see how long I can hold this for. 2. I lost my balance. Count of 20. That felt pretty good. Nice. So from this position, we can spend a bit of time on movement. All 4 on the ground. Shuffle from one end of the room, backwards to the other. Call that the turtle. Do it pretty quickly and be a Manitoba racing turtle. That sounds like a facetious thing, but when I was growing up, there was a small town that used to race turtles in the summer, and they went surprisingly quick. All right. Another option that we have. All 4s on the ground, but we're straight limbed this time. This is the bear. You can do this moving straight forwards and backwards. We can look to spin around our hands. We can walk our weight all the way onto our shoulders and walk it back. Walk our weight back onto our feet. and stand up. I don't know. I'd have to ask my cousin. I'm pretty sure that he actually had a racing turtle when he was a kid. I'll get back to you. That's it. Tune in for my next stream where I spend just a few minutes talking about how you make a racing turtle. All right, that's feeling pretty nice. I'm feeling good. I don't know about you lot. I think it's time to move into some blade work. So, I am fortunate enough to have grabbed my longsword trainer. I've got this at home with me. If you don't have a longsword trainer, you still have options. Don't worry. You can use it. You can use a stick. You can use a broom in some shape. You could even take the broom's head off. And that'll give you what you need. Let me just find a place to set this. Spend some time working just with the stick in hand. You got options. If all you have is a short stick, maybe a wooden spoon, that'll do too, because you can spend some time thinking about hand position and how all of that lines up. All right, put my broom back together, tuck it off to the side, and let's get ourselves into it. So this month we're talking about the gioco stretto, which is the narrow play. We're specifically talking about approaching the gioco stretto. So, and if you're lucky enough to have a person who's with you and willing to train with you, very good. There's lots of partner drills. You can even check out Duello TV and follow along with what they're doing in the curriculum. But if you're alone, or maybe you don't have people around that want to get hit by a sword in the middle of a plague, nerds, we still have options. Things that you can work on. You can work on posture. You can work on nice alignment in the mirror. You can make sure that everything that you want in good posture is happening in your practice. As we take a stance, we want to make sure that we have our head over our shoulders over our hips, and our knees over our toes. Yes? Good. Awesome. Make sure we can spend a little bit of time making sure that our front-weighted posture looks great. We want to make sure that we're not doing anything foolish like sticking our backsides out behind us, something I have a bad habit of doing. You can spend some time and some energy focusing on just cultivating the perfection in your form. I tuck my hips in, make sure I'm nice and tall in my chest. Then I'll work on my swords. You can spend some time. You can spend a little bit of time on some fairly rote conditioning, things like practicing your guard. Take a posta longa and see how long you can hold it out. Rest in breve when you need to, or in porti di ferro mezzana. Spend some time on your finestre. Make sure that your true edge is aligned vertically. Take finestre on the other side. And if you think, I don't have a sword, why should I worry about that? Just holding your hands here in a finestra or in posta longa for a long time will indeed strengthen you. Not as much as you'll get if you have like a sword in your hand, but it'll still ask you to engage your muscles. You can also hold on to something like a can of some canned goods in each hand, maybe a bottle of something, just to get used to adding some weight and resistance to this practice. Good. We can spend some time thinking about our thrusts because we are in the gioco stretto. We can work on these things from it as a very simple mechanic, just working on just the extension of our arms. This is a good exercise if you don't have a whole lot of space, a whole lot of real estate. We can work on this extension of arms and knees, that fixed-footed lunge. We can do these as our thrusts on the high line, either a thrust that acts directly from the window guard, from finestra, or it can be a thrust that controls the center in posta longa. If you want to imagine something that's in front of you, something to help with the order of these actions, we are reaching across first with our false edge because we want to get crossing. Crossing is our important is our most important mechanical advantage to get. Once we have crossed, we can reach to get leverage, still on our false edge, roll it over into posta longa. Now we have our true edge foot aligned, and we strike. We can work on the other side as well. And of course, we can move through all the rest of the thrusts that we have available, subject to our space. I've got a fair bit right now. I'm pretty sure I've got enough space to evolve a full lunge, a full thrust on a passing step with my sword in front of me. Do I have enough room to do the same from coda longa? Let's find out. Let's go on this journey together. Make sure I don't hit the swords on my wall. Oh yeah, just enough space to do that without being super worried about my window. If you want to try and evolve and develop the thrusts from, say, one of the Dona guards, make sure that you are creating especially if you're working inside, make sure you are creating a very efficient path for your sword to move through. Do not make an arc up, or else you'll get stuck on your ceilings. Make sure you're hugging that sucker in nice and close, getting into the center, and extending. Yes? Yes? Good? Any questions so far? I'll take a moment. I'm going to take a moment to awkwardly stare at my screen and see if the chat has any questions. If you've been following along, feel free to take this time as an opportunity to grab a sip of water, take a breather. I'm going to wait about a minute. Or until I get bored. Wait for it. Oh, what do you got, Ben? Oh, stop it. Stop it, I'll blush. and I get all splotchy and messy and gross. So it's not don't do that to me while I'm on stream, dog. It's not good. Okay, cool. Everyone's feeling good. We're gonna wait about 10 more seconds for folks to get back. And let's move into our next set of actions. We can also start to spend a little. Oh, good stuff, Vitor. Yeah, glad to hear. We'll spend a little bit of time now on just some super simple exercises that you can work on. Great. Let's see. A nice one to do just by itself. You can spend a little bit of time practicing. Okay, practicing find, advance, thrust. You can imagine a sword in front of you. I'll start in Portrait de Ferro because it amuses me. I'm going to try kind of change the angle of my blade to present my flat instead of my edge so that all of you can hopefully see this. Find, advance, strike. Find into breve, advance, strike. We can do likewise from Chingara. So say if we're imagining a sword in Posta Lunga, we're probably going to be taking it on the false edge first because we want to get our crossing first. So it's going to be find, advance, get leverage, turn over. On my outside line, I'm usually using my bottom hand to turn the sword to make sure that I'm not yielding my center as I do this. I want to use my bottom hand to create this angle rather than using my top hand to do this, which can let my edge fold over on me if I'm not careful. We can imagine that we have a partner across from us who's maybe trying to disengage around our finding at the point. This is fine. My partner disengages around my finding. I counter disengage rather. Find, disengage, strike. Find, disengage, advance, lunge. Options abound for ways that you can work on this. Okay, good. And of course, if we can do it from one guard, we can do it from all the rest of them too. Okay. One last thing that we have available to us is we can also think about what are the ways that we might want to try practicing this. One good tool that we have is, oh sure, of course, Vivo. The finding from Chingara is leading on my false edge rather than trying to come directly across with my true edge. Coming directly across with my true edge can give me this weak crossing that a savvy fencer can reach through. So I'm going to make sure I lead with my false edge to establish that control over the center first. Yeah, got it? I'm going to assume he's got it. I'm going to assume you got it. One last thing that we can think about is how can we practice with the things that we have in our house. One of the easiest, simplest, most old schoolingest fencing exercises is to practice your disengages. Around the door. Oh man, you can't see the doorknob there. Whatever. Is to practice your disengages around a doorknob. Work on just having nice, clean disengages. If you have a ceiling that's easy enough for it to do so, like maybe you got a tiled ceiling like one of these, you can push a tile up and maybe hang a tennis ball from your ceiling. I'm gonna try and do that in a video, show off how we want to get some nice homegrown home supplied training equipment. You can do some very basic conditioning again with some canned goods. Just hold those suckers out ahead of you and get used to having your arms extended and loaded. And I think that about buttons us up for today. Just some a little bit shorter than last time, but those are some nice modest drills to practice in your spare time. Not going to take questions in chat today, but if you have access to our Discord server, I'm going to hang out on Discord for a few minutes before the next class starts and take some questions in the voice chat for the apprentices. Thank you all so much for checking in. I'm always glad to hear about it. Now that I'm on YouTube, I have like this reflex where I want to say smash that subscribe button, ring that little bell, but I already did it, so I can't say I won't. Thank you all so much. Let's salute out right now. Weapons by our side. Arte, ardore, onore. Thank you all so much. I'll see you next time.